Today marks 1247 days sharing lessons I learned and continue to learn with all of you. I hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, it'll empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today we speak about humility and being humble. I love the sentence that if you are thinking that you are humble, if you have the thought, I'm really humble, that means that you are not. And being able to really work on yourself, understand what you're able to do to really create humility, create true humbleness in your life, I think it's very powerful. Because when you think about the values that people really value in other people, really trust people, and they always find that humility is somewhere in the top. So it means that if you want to be better in connecting with people, nurturing relationships, networking, it's very, very important to really build values, build things in our traits, character traits, and the things that really add value to our life and really make us much more attractive regarding other people, because there is more things like integrity, all the things that is very attractive and deserves respect. But today I want to focus on seven steps that really we potentially could work on to really be more humble, build that humility in our lives, that really we could start feeling that okay, we are doing something good in our lives. So number one, I like that shatter the illusion of superiority. And it's very interesting because I think that a lot of times people are afraid or maybe feel uncomfortable with people who are a little bit above them in a lot of senses, maybe with health, with money, with position in a company, and they start to act inferior in front of them, and because they feel that they are superior. But the thing that there is superiority is illusion, and what I mean by that is that there's different types of superiority. I think because when you think about you can be superior in the field. That means that if you are like a person who exercises a lot and then you are going to the gym, so it might be that you're superior in the gym compared to other because if for other person doesn't exercise, but you are not able to be. There's no chance. There's no chance to be superior in life, superior as a person. So every single person is totally 100% equal when you think about the value of life. So every single person is equally valuable. But when we think about superior, you can be superior in finance, you can be superior, but that doesn't mean that you're superior in life. I think that when you understand that, you start to be much more humble. That means that every single person is superior in some sense. So that means that it might be that you have a friend and you might be superior in one field, and he is superior in another field. So that means we balance each other out. And I think that that's what we're supposed to seek. We're supposed to seek superior other people who are superior to us in the field, and to learn, to educate, and that's why there is a mentorship thing. Because that's why there is a beautiful thing as a mentorship, because you're able to go and seek a person superior in that field, but you're not supposed to feel bad about it. I will never be superior to anyone else in life, and I don't think that there's anyone will be superior in life. But to be able to really say again, this person is superior in the business. I need to really go and ask that question. But again, this superiority is supposed to come from real ability to really learn, to educate, to improve, and that's where we're supposed to see. I think the superiority as something as seek in the field, not in life. Number two is that I think that we need to learn, and probably I like the word master the art of self forgetfulness. I know that it's not easy sometimes when you really have a conversation and people share something and it triggers in your mind something about yourself, something about the thoughts that you have, some lesson that is great to share. It triggers, and you want to share that. But sometimes I think that being able to really, it's not about me right now. It's about other person. Being able to really listen till the end, not bringing those ideas. Of course, when we have a discussion, of course we want to bring those ideas. But when the person is sharing, I think sometimes being able to fully engage in listening and forget about yourself. Because we want to say, me. But really focus on how do you feel? how do you? So that means that being able to really change from me and I to you, it's really constant skill set. So we always need to constantly master that and become expert in being able to really listen and forget about yourself when it's necessary. And again, that's leads to one very, very important aspect is being able to be fully present. Because if you're not fully present with the conversation, if you're not fully present with the person, at that moment, I think that we start to really wander into all the wonderland and looking into ourselves and looking into the stories, looking into anything else, and not being able to listen in. And I think that that's, again, when you think about mastering self forgetfulness, is being able to really master even being present. Number three is break your ego through failure and discomfort. That's such a beautiful statement. Break your ego through failure and discomfort. So that means that when you think about ego, ego doesn't like failure, doesn't like disappointment, doesn't like um, adversity. But what we're able to do, like maybe break is not the best word because ego is a good thing. Ego is us helping us achieve great things. But what we need to really is to develop ego. Develop ego and help that ego to understand that there is a lot of challenges to overcome. And I think that when we're able to work on our ego and challenge that ego, I think that ego starts to be comfortable with mistakes, disappointments, embarrassments. We'll never get fully, but I think that we're able to really get so much better and we'll be experts in that. And I think that this is, again, one of the things that really makes us humble when we're able to really constantly fail and really look ourselves in a picture that you are still amazing and great no matter what. If you made mistakes, that's totally fine. Mistakes doesn't reduce your superiority. I think that mistakes and setbacks, discomfort really increase so superiority in the field that you are making mistakes in. So we need to really put ourselves in a humbling environment to really develop that ego in the highest possible way. Number four, and I think that is a very great way to really build humility, is really meditate on your mortality, on your short life. Because I think that this, when you think about glimpse of life, I think that we start to realize that there's much more important things than being superior. I think there's so many more great things to really to focus on. And when you realize your mortality, when you realize the shortness of life, I think that is much, much easier to really be very, very humble. And at the same time, you're able to accept mistakes. You're able to really pursue big things much better because you have an urgency underneath you. And I think that that's just very, very powerful, being able to have that urgency because you understand what's at stake. Number five, and I think this is a very, very beautiful thing, is develop, cultivate deep gratitude. I think that gratitude is one of the most powerful things in life that could be developed because when you have gratitude, it means that you will be able to be humble. Like it's just like a shortcut to really humbleness and humility because you're able to appreciate everything. There's so many things that you're able to appreciate it. That means that you have a conversation with a person and you really think and appreciate that person, appreciate that he is sharing it, appreciate all the things that he shared, and really being able to have a conversation. And when you really bring gratitude and appreciation in your life, you're much more humble. Rather than appreciating, rather than sharing about yourself, now you think, okay, what are the things that I appreciate about this person? What are the things that I appreciate about this moment? So rather than focusing on yourself, you start focusing on the things that could be appreciated. Because I love the saying, and I'm constantly saying that what you appreciate appreciates. If you appreciate other person, he will be able to give more. I think that so many times people could learn so much from other person, but they don't appreciate how much they're able to share, and I think they don't receive it. And because they don't receive it, they don't get any wiser. So I think that being able to cultivate deep gratitude will improve learning tremendously because every single person could teach you because every single person is superior in some sense in one field. So being able to have gratefulness will lead to learning that superiority from that person in that field. Number 6 is embrace servant leadership. I think that this is a beautiful concept. Really saying that I want to serve. I want to be a leader who serves. I want to be able to add value. I want to really be able the person who really leads the front, not tells from the back. And I think that when you have that mindset of serving leadership, again, you develop that humility, because it's all about others. It's all about really how to make a difference in other people's lives, how to make their day better, easier, so they could perform in the highest profitable way. So serving leadership is leading by serving, leading by example. I think this is one of the great examples how to be humble, because when you focus on serving, it's very, very hard to really focus on yourself, because you focus on others from the get-go. And it does brings humility. And the last one that I want to mention is that study the lives of truly humble people. And there's a lot of great people. And I think that when you look into who are those people who live a life of humbleness but achieved massive success, and being able to, how they did it, what they went through, what kind of experience they went through, what kind of realizations maybe they had in their life, so that led them to be humble and in so many different people's eyes. Because there are specific things, traits that we need to develop to really be experts in humility. Because humility is not that you are humble or you're not humble. There is like a range. It might be that you are very low in humbleness, or maybe you are a lot in humbleness. And I think that we're able to really develop that, constantly move from that low humbleness to a lot of humbleness. And I think that when we're able to do that, I think that we're able to connect with more people. Because I think in humbleness is, as I said, a very attractive thing. And being able to learn, probably, you know, that if you want to be confident, you can surround yourself with confident people. If you want to be bold, you can surround yourself with bold people. Because association is one thing that really allows you to become a certain way. Because I remember that when I was surrounded with people who are not very humble, in one short season of my life, I start to act and speak differently. And I realized that I just didn't like the way how I communicate, because I just learn how other people do, because I just sponge connecting and sponge into all the things how other people do. And I made a decision to really leave that kind of association, to really find a way where I could really find people who are humble, who have amazing character, who are courageous, who are confident, to really, who are servants. And when I started to connect with different people, I was able to really influence my behavior and become much, much better, and be happy how I connect with people. And I think that that's very powerful. So I hope that you reflect as well. How humble are you right now? Do you have humility, or you want to improve that? And again, the most important part is being aware. Because if you think that you are humble but you are not, of course it will be very, very hard to improve when you think about that you think that strong at something, but you're not. So it means the first thing is awareness, where you actually are. And when you're able to do that, of course, you're able to improve. Everything is improvable. Everything is an art of taking action. So I hope you just win, and see you tomorrow.